Hey everybody, Justin Watches Movies here. Hope everyone got a chance to see Jeepers Creepers 3 in theaters. Today we're here to rank all 3 of the Jeepers Creepers films. We had Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3, and all these movies take place in the span of 23 days on the 23rd spring that the Creeper returns. I remember watching a lot of Jeepers Creepers 2 growing up, especially in 8th grade. 1 I watched a few times, and I was so excited to see 3 in theaters. So today we're here to rank the worst to best all 3 of these Jeepers Creepers films. So let's get to start with the worst Jeepers Creepers movie, and that is Jeepers Creepers 3. It's not like Jeepers Creepers 3 was a bad film, but it did lack that background story that I was expecting for Jeepers Creepers 3. I feel like this movie was on theaters just for the sake of bringing back the character. They didn't really develop a story very well, and there was no memorable characters at well. None of the characters I cared if they lived or died. I really did not care who they were. I don't even remember their names. The only good thing about this movie returning back to the screens for one night was seeing the Creeper again. He is awesome. I liked how he utilized his truck to kill people as well. I thought it was all very cool. But that lack of story and that lack of interesting characters made this for okay viewing. I thought that the Creeper was the only best thing in this movie, and the kills were pretty cool. Other than that, this movie was okay. I thought some of the green screen and CGI was horrible, and some of the acting is very straight to DVD and not very worthy. Alright, coming in at number 2 is Jeepers Creepers. Watching Jeepers Creepers, I found that he is a very creepy character. They definitely portray the Creeper in a very creepy light. How many times am I going to say creepy? But the way that they portray him, it is very menacing. And this atmosphere that they create, especially when they're driving down the road and the Creeper is right behind him, I thought some of those scenes were very disturbing because they're in the middle of nowhere. We really don't know who's in the truck just yet, and he's on their tail, he's honking at them, and then he's gone. I mean, some of those scenes are straight horror for me, and I really like those. But I feel like there could have been a little more of the Creeper. There could have been a little more of the violence. There could have been a little more of exploring the character. But I do think that the way that they handle the character and not telling much about him is a mystery, but I still kind of would like to see a little more background for the character. The brother and sister duo in here are pretty good. They hold their own. They don't need to be saved. And this is the first film where we do get to see the Creeper just going at it all, and I do think that this introduction for the character is a great movie. So that leads us to the best Jeepers Creepers film, and that is Jeepers Creepers 2. I might be a little bit biased for this film, but I did watch this one the most growing up. I loved watching Jeepers Creepers 2, and going back and watching it, I do think that it's because of the location and the confinement of the bus and this team and this basketball team, and that they're just confined to the bus is broken down, and this Creeper is attacking him on the last few days of his 23 days on the 23rd spring. So the team being isolated from the world and just being in the central location of the middle of nowhere on the bus, I do think that adds a level of suspense to this film. And watching the team get together to stop the Creeper is very interesting because we know they're not probably going to succeed, but it's still fun to watch them anyways. I loved watching Jeepers Creepers 2. Is the one that I watched the most growing up. I've seen 1 a few times, but I remember vividly watching Jeepers Creepers 2 like 4 times in a weekend. It was that fun for me growing up. I loved watching it. There was just something about that movie that was so interesting and so confined and isolated. I loved how the atmosphere and tone was for this movie. So before I leave you guys with this video, how would you rank all 3 of the Jeepers Creepers films? Make sure to leave your ranking down below. You guys are the best as always. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to check a more in-depth review for Jeepers Creepers 3, you can find a link down below for that. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.